Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. So about 2 weeks ago, I did a Goodwill haul video where I showed you some merchandise, some things, odds and ends that I purchased at Goodwill over the course of around that period of time. Just some random things I picked up at Goodwill and a couple things I think I got at Savers. That wine casket, which I don't remember where I put. I got that wine casket at Savers. But I picked up a lot of fun things and I made a little video about it. And I'll tell you, my intention was to list all those things on eBay and hopefully make a lot more money than I did, spending. Well, it took me a little while to get some of those things on eBay. It took me too long. And but all of a sudden, over the past 4 or 5 days, I've sold a bunch of things. I've sold over $500 in the past 4 or 5 days. And that's just some random stuff that didn't cost me a heck of a lot of money on eBay. So it really has done a couple things. It's reinforced this compulsion I feel right here in my chest to go thrifting. And it made me feel a lot better about a lot of the things I have purchased. I have a pile of stuff, a dragon's hoard of things off to my side here that I'm going to show you in today's video about my thrifting finds. So let me jump right into it. And I don't know if I can tell you what I'm going to charge for each of these things. I'm not sure what I'm going to list them for. I've done research on most of it. So I can get an idea of what I should list it at. But let me just start showing you stuff. I got a lot of stuff to show you. So hold on one second. Let me show you. I'm gonna start with this bowl. I don't think I showed you this because I think I bought this right after that video was posted. But I got this bowl. It's a Waterford fine bone china bowl. There's a sticker right there. And I picked it up. It was $5.99, and I thought, well, it's awfully pretty, and it's Waterford. I'll pick it up for $5.99. We'll see what happens. I jumped on eBay and did a little research in terms of the comps on how much this bowl has sold for, and I've seen a number of them sell for over $100. A common price was $75, $80 sold for this little bowl that I paid $5.99 for. So that was very exciting, but it was the only piece of this collection there on the shelves. And I thought, well, I'll sell it. We'll see what happens. It's very pretty. The pattern has this black, it's called ballet ribbon. That's the pattern name. You can kind of see there's actually a little platinum line that follows the black. And it's rimmed in this platinum, which is very, very pretty. And it's a lovely little bowl. This is the vegetable open serving bowl. But I found this and I thought, that's a good deal. Let's start with this one. Then the next day, because I do go to Goodwill probably once a day. Yeah. I found this. I found 4 of this. It is the dinner plate for that pattern in ballet ribbon. And then I looked around the corner and I saw this. It's the salad or bread and butter plate in the same pattern. The plates for the 4 of them, I think, were $59, $60 for the 4 of them. Each plate easily is going to go for $25 or more. So I wasn't feeling too bad. It's not the hugest profit margin, but it's just very satisfying to find this at Goodwill. And I think the bread and butter plates were $14.95 or $19.95, I think. But I got 5 of them in a package, and I was very, very pleased. What an attractive little setting, no? And for the money, so I think they'll sell. They have sold for other people. Let me show you what else I got. Now, when I saw those plates, I had seen the saucers as well. But no one really buys saucers on their own. Saucers don't disappear and break. It's the teacups that break. Well, I was at the Goodwill and I saw this guy scrambling to reach for these 4 really hideous matte gray mugs. I'm like, why is he so excited about that? And I looked at the mugs and I was judging him harshly for bad taste. And I looked right behind him and I found 4 of the china teacups. So I ran right over to that shelf and picked up the saucers. The only thing I don't have to complete a setting are the little bowls, and I'm not going to buy them to complete the settings, but I really should do fairly well with selling these on eBay. So I got the 4 teacups. I got 4 saucers. I might have 5 saucers. And then I found another stack of the bread and butter slash salad plates. So I bought those as well because those can sell individually because people break those all the time. So I bought a pile of this Waterford china, and I think it's very pretty. I would use it myself if this was my style. It's not. All right, let's continue. I think I included this in a recent video, but I found a Glassybaby votive candle holder. Now I get very excited about that and I start yelling Glassybaby, and you can see the marking and the sticker on the bottom. This is color wise because there are a couple thrifting YouTube channels in Las Vegas, Thrifting Vegas and the Niche Lady, who have been talking about finding a Glassybaby votive candle holder for months and months and months. It's like the holy grail to find in a thrift store. So they're all looking for it. They're all grabbing for it. They're all talking about it. And I was in the the glasses area at my South Maryland Goodwill, and I looked up and I picked this up. I just knew immediately it was Glassybaby. I paid $3.99 for it, and they sell right now. I have one bid for $75, and I have, I think, 3 days left for that auction to continue. So we'll see what this sells for, but it's already selling for $75. I paid $3.99. How could you not love thrifting, right? I'm so excited. This is a tea bowl that I'm probably not going to sell. I'm going to keep this for my own personal collection, but it's a beautifully done tea bowl. And this is done with contrasting slip with engravings and cobalt oxide washes. It's just a beautifully made tea bowl, and I think it was $2.99, and it's just lovely. So I'm going to keep this for my own personal collection. But isn't that pretty? Love it. All right, this is going to be a very random and very eclectic bunch of stuff. I was just walking to hard goods, where I usually focus right away, and I saw this right away. Now you might know the university. I didn't. I just knew immediately that this was a desirable logo. It's a tie in fantastic condition for Brigham and Young. Is it Brigham and Young University? And it was $2.99, half off. So I snatched it up. I looked at eBay. It looks like they've sold for a fair amount of money. Certainly a huge profit from $1.50. So that was a big win for me. All right, there's a lot of china and a lot of pottery because my eye just goes right there. But this is a really interesting bowl, and I don't know if you can see the patterning. It's very subtle on the inside, but isn't that a novel bowl? I just reached for it because I thought it was just gorgeous. I work with clay myself, and I thought, it's just a pretty bowl. And it's by a company called Hilburn, which I had never heard of before. Apparently it's a Canadian pottery company. And so I did some searching on eBay, and this will sell for a fair amount of money. It was a purple tag. I got this today. It was a purple tag. It's $9.99, but purple was half off today, so I got it for $4.50. Hello. Very pretty. I'm planning on trying to sell what I use for a fruit bowl right now. It's a 1950s atomic glass and brass number that I like, but it's invisible. It's like clear glass and brass. So I might just keep this for myself, but because I love it so much, and try to sell what I already have. But I thought it was a great deal, especially half price. And it's in fantastic shape. Like it's like never been used or moved, or I don't know, but I love it. This looks like a beer stein. It is a vintage Magic Mountain mug. I seem to vaguely remember seeing this character before. I don't know anything about it, but it really hasn't ever been used that I can tell. And I think it's vintage. If you guys know anything about Magic Mountain, could you let me know what should I charge for this? I don't even know. But I thought it was cool and it was cheap. I forgot how much it was. The ticket fell off, but I thought it was fun. Speaking of fun, sometimes the challenge and the misery with Goodwill is that they cover everything in tape that's impossible to get off. And I thought, well, it's an egg. It's clearly a salt and pepper shaker, but like, one salt and pepper shaker, who cares? Look, it's a hard-boiled egg. That is the pepper shaker, and that is the salt shaker. How fun is that? So these two pieces come apart. I thought that was really fun. Now, this in line with the food item, I saw this on a shelf, and I thought it was so unusual. It's I know it looks like a space alien brain, but what it is a little patty cake, what do you call it? A squash. It's just a little gourd. And I thought, well, that's kind of strange, but it's actually a piece of pottery that is to resemble a little gourd. And I thought that is so novel. I could not pick it up. I could not resist picking up. I want to say it was $2.99. And I just thought, boy, that's really novel. I forget her name. Is it Patricia Garrett? I think it's Patricia Garrett. It's signed and it's dated, but I think her name is Patricia Garrett. I found this and I loved it. And then the next day, because I do go every day, I had gone on eBay and looked at this, and this piece has sold for like $35, something like that. And I thought, well, I'll go back to that same shelf and see, you know, maybe there's another one or something like it, because the artist had done a whole series of fruits and vegetables. I look up and there was this melon. It looks like a melon. It looks like a small honeydew melon. A little dirty, you have to clean that, but it was $5.99. Very nice. And it looks like a real melon. I'm not sure if you can tell in this light, but I know you're thinking, Steven, it looks like a melon. How exciting is that? It's a Pottery melon. Wow. Well, number one, this has sold for a good amount of money, considering I spent $6. I could make my money 10 times over with this if I sold it, because I might not sell it, because I also found this next to it for $3.99. It's a butternut squash. It's a little butternut squash, and the stem here actually feels rough, like a real gourd. It's so wild. And these are signed and they're dated. I think these were made in '93. This one was made in '93. And then the gourd never stops. The gourd never stops. I found this one. It looks like a real acorn squash, and I thought, oh my God, that's so novel. This one was made in '89. That's fairly early in her series, I believe. So I got the gourds, I got the little patty cake, the acorn squash, the butternut squash, and the melon. I mean, it's a whole instant collection of her pottery that I love. I might sell it because I could make a good amount of money off these pieces, but I also might keep them because I just think they're so novel. Let me show you what else I bought. I picked up two of these. They ended up being $1 a piece. They're little trivets, but they're like fake stained glass. My grandmother had these in her house. They're a little bit rusted, but I figured if no one buys them, I'll keep them for myself. I just think they're sort of novel. I would actually hang these on the wall underneath my cabinets. Did your grandparents have the same trivets? My grandmother had these. I thought they were precious, and for $1 a piece, I couldn't resist them. What else? What else? What else? One sec. All right, this is one of those things I want to keep for myself, but I don't know what I would do with it. It is a giant porcelain seashell serving plate or a salad bowl. I mean, can you see how massive this? It's the size of my torso. It's a giant scallop shell. I just thought, it's so pretty. And it was $6.99. I don't know. I even thought about putting my cat's water in here while I'm gone for trips. I don't know. I just thought, God, it's so pretty and so unique. And at $7, if it doesn't sell, I'm sure I'll do something with it. This would be a nice little succulent garden. I don't know what I would do with it, but I couldn't resist it. So, and there's more seashells on the way. All right, speaking of seashells, these two pieces are by a company called Studio Nova, which has a place in my heart only because it was like the first thing of mine that sold on eBay. It was a Studio Nova plate, but it is a seashell, serving platter, and it's just lovely. It's porcelain. This was $5.99. Then I looked up and I saw this one, which is a serving bowl, also in this sort of scallop shell. Very, very pretty. There was a second one taped to it, but it was broken right in half. So they gave me this one for $2.99, and I paid $5.99, I think, for this one. And on comps on eBay, I want to say I've sold this one. I saw this one for like, I don't know, $35, something like that. But it's sold for a lot more than the money I paid for it. And this is really easy to ship. I just have to put this in a flat box with enough packing material to protect it. So super easy to ship. God, it's so pretty. You can see the light traveling through it. The porcelain's beautiful. And then this one, again, super easy to sell, super easy to pack, and they're just so gorgeous. These are by Studio Nova. I got a lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot of Studio Nova, but these are Studio Nova as well. And I loved these. These are little coffee cups, and they were $1.99. Purple tag, it was half off. I got 2 of them. I was hoping for more, but 2 is fine. I have a creamer as well. It's in the car. It fell out of the bag. What else am I going to show you? One sec. These 2 Studio Nova, same pattern. This pattern is called Symmetry. And I got this serving bowl here and this larger serving bowl here. It was $4.99, purple tag, so it was half off. I couldn't resist leaving them. I couldn't resist taking them with me. I'm not a huge fan of that pattern so much, but it seems rarer than some of their other pieces. So I figured, you know, I'll buy them, put them away, put them aside, and if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. So I have more Studio Nova to show you. I think I showed you the Studio Nova plates that I bought last time. I think I showed those to you. One of them has already sold, and that one plate that sold paid for all the other plates. I had 5 of them twice over. So, I mean, it was a great buy. So I've got some of them left over. Some people are looking at them. I hope they buy them. But I just had 5 of the plates, and they sold for like, that one sold for 20 bucks. And then I found 3 of the salad bowls or the cereal bowls, whatever kind of bowls, and they're in flawless condition. The colors are all great. The yellow usually wears away just by the nature of how they stack. So 3 of them in perfect condition, $2.99, purple tag, it was half off. I did a lot of shopping today. Purple tags were half off, and I found a lot of purple. But $1.50 for these 3 plates, and I should be able to get $15, $20 per bowl. Right? I mean, why aren't you thrifting, right? More Studio Nova, and this pattern's called Hi-Fi Primary Gallery, I think. But I found these bread and butter plates or salad plates, and there are 5 of them, $5.99, purple tag, half off, and they're all, again, in perfect condition. And I'm thinking I'll charge maybe $12 a plate, maybe $15 a plate, and I'm pretty confident they'll sell, if not overnight at some point. So, hello, what a deal. This basket is by a company called Longaberger. I had never heard of them until Tiffany at Thrifting Vegas mentioned them. But this is a bread basket by Longaberger. On eBay, this basket probably sells for like $30, $35. Their new ones, if you were to buy a brand new bread basket from Longaberger on the website, you'll be spending like $80. So craziness, but it's a beautifully made basket. You really can't tell on camera, but if you could, it's as solid as a basket can be. Inside the basket, I have this little plaque. I moved over here so that the sun wouldn't get me when it came through the window, but it looks like I'm being assaulted by the sun. I'll move in a moment. But this plaque, which is of St. Francis, my favorite saint, not that I have other favorite saints or saints I hate, but St. Francis is my guy, and here he's chastising the wolf of Guipo or something. It's a town in Italy in the 1200s, and there's a whole story about this wolf that was eating animals and then eating people, and then St. Francis said, hey, let me check this out. And he told the wolf, basically, chill. I know that you're hungry, that's why you're doing these bad things, but the people of the town are going to feed you, so chill out, don't kill people. And when he died, the wolf, the people of the town were very sad because apparently this was like proof of God's transformational power, blah, blah, blah. I just loved the stories, you can tell. This I bought by accident. I had it in my cart. I didn't mean to buy it, but moo. It's a red ceramic cow creamer. I've seen white ones. I've never seen a red one. It was $2.99. Wasn't too much of a mistake. But this basket was $3.99 or something. But I thought it was fantastic. It's not something I would use personally because I live alone with 2 cats. I don't need a bread basket. But if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No big loss. What else am I going to show you? Light's not too much better here, but I'm not being assaulted by a laser beam of sunlight. So let's take a break from pottery and china into artwork. This is a little watercolor. How sweet. It's a little watercolor by Marjorie Olson. Now, I haven't been able to find out much about her. She's passed away. She lived in Long Beach, I think, at some point, but she actually moved to Las Vegas years and years and years ago and was a local artist. And I happened to find this little watercolor of a bunny munching on a little daisy. And I thought, oh my God, it's so pretty. And it was $5.99. This was regular price. It wasn't half price because I got it a few weeks ago. But I just thought it was so sweet. This I picked up, again, I'm not a big religious person, but it's a Russian icon. I can't make out the name. Madonna of Vladimir something or other. And this was hand painted by Father Barent something or other. It's a Russian icon and it's all hand painted for $4.99. I figured if this sells, great. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'll do with it, but it was just too neat to let pass, you know. $4.99 for a Russian hand-painted Russian icon. Oh, speaking of artwork, I have stuff piled around me like you can't see it. I feel like a Christmas tree. This is, I have to research the artist. I really do, because I have no idea. If you know, is that, it looks like Greek to me. What is that? Does that say anything that you guys know of? But look how pretty this is. Look how pretty that is. It's an oil painting. It's all genuine oil painting. You can see the texture there in this frame. And this was $6.99. I reached for this. I grabbed it immediately and threw it in my cart. The frame is getting a little old. I can see some age on it, and it certainly needs to be cleaned. But the painting is beautiful, isn't it? It's a little tea party outside, and it looks like I'm waiting for the Mad Hatter and Alice to walk up and take part. But I thought that was very pretty. And the same artist did this winter scene. And again, I want to do, if you know even what language what is that? Is that like Russian or what is that? Can you tell me? Does anyone know what that says? But look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It's a oil painting. It's actually a real live painting, and it was, yeah, $6.99. I mean, I snatched them up. It's just really, really, really fantastic. I thought they were so great. This one I would certainly sell. I'd be very happy with selling. The other one, that little tea party scene, I mean, I would keep that for myself because it's just beautiful. And it was $7. What else am I going to show you? I got so much. All right, are you thinking, Steven, you have a problem shopping at Goodwill? I do. These are 4 mugs. They're in fantastic shape. They look like they've hardly been used. You can see the bottoms. These are Royal Dalton, which is funny. They make my china, the china pattern that I love, that I'm using for my own self. They're Royal Dalton. Gordon Ramsay Maze is the pattern, and it's got this little ribbed pattern going on with it. They've really never even seen the top of a table, and they were $4.99. If they don't sell, they don't sell. But things like that typically look like they sell on eBay. These are 2 individual plates. Individual plates seem to do well, especially for people who are trying to complete our collection or replace a piece that broke. This is really, really, really old. It is sculpted zinnia poppy trail by Netlocks, and it's just a dimensional piece with hand-painted zinnias on it. I did look this up on eBay to figure out how much I could get for it, and it seemed like a fair amount, especially since I paid 69 cents it was 69 cents. So if I get 15 bucks for it, 10 bucks, 15, whatever, hello, win. This one is a vintage Walt Disney plate. I don't know anything about Walt Disney. I've got an ashtray for sale no one seems to be interested in, but this looks pretty vintage and I thought it was pretty cool, so I bought it. This was $5.99 red tag, so there was no discount on that, but I figured for $5.99 it wasn't too bad of a risk. Let me put this stuff, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Something that seems to do well on eBay is barware, glasses. Well, I found a pile of these. I found 4 of these pint glasses by Blue Moon. Did a quick look up on eBay and it looked like they were selling fairly well. I got these for 69 cents a piece. I got 4 of them, so if they sell, great. If not, whatever. And I found, so I find 12 of these, 10 or 12. I found a pile of these, also very nice glasses by Blue Moon, and they're all in perfect shape. Like, no one's put this through a dishwasher or anything, so they're in fantastic shape. And when I looked quickly on eBay, it looked like the people would buy these, so I bought them. They were right there, and it seemed like a good enough investment. I also found these, and I want to say there must be 10 of these, if not 12. They're Jack Daniel's glasses, and people seem to really like Jack Daniel's merchandise on eBay. But it's Jack Daniel's, but it's also the Golden Knights, which I figured would sell or have a running chance at being sold in Vegas. 99 cents. Purple tag was half price. I did a lot of shopping today. Half price. I did hit 2 Goodwills today. So half price on those. So I was very happy. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, no big loss. The light is getting worse and worse for me, but better and better for my background. Sorry. So there's a company called Denby, D-E-M-B-Y, right there. And they make a lot of beautiful pottery. They did a series of pottery called Juice a while ago. It's discontinued. It's no longer available on their website. And it seems to do fairly well on eBay. Well, I just recognized how much I loved the inside of these plates. It's like a lemon meringue color, very soft. You can hardly see it in this light, with this sort of terracotta color bottom. Very pretty. I got 2 of these for $3.99. I got these last week. They were gray tag, which meant it was half off. I got 2 of these in the lemon, they call it. I got 2 more in lemon. So pretty. Then I picked up all 6 of these plates, thinking they're all the same, and then I found this one, which is like a pale green, which you can see now, which is so pretty. And this one's called Apple. And they also had a blue one called Blueberry or something like that. And they were $2.99 for each stack of 2, half price. Hello. And then I found 4 of their salad plates. These were also gray tag, which meant it was half off when I bought it. These were $2.50 for 2 of them, so $1.25. Going on eBay, if you type it, go do a little quick search for Denby, D-E-M-B-Y, juice, and look at their plates, and you're gonna find that they sell for quite a fair amount of money, considering I spent $1.50 on each plate. And plates are easy to sell. If someone buys all 4 of these, this is the easiest thing in the world for me to ship out in a box. Stack them with protective material between them, protect the sides, get the appropriately sized box, bring it to the post office, let them take care of it. The easiest thing in the world to ship out. I don't know why some thrifters don't like selling plates, but I found those plates super cheap, and I'm kicking myself because the week before I knew what this brand was, I saw a whole stack of their good size serving bowls in blue, which would have been very, very good to sell, but I didn't know, so I didn't know. Let me grab, I know there's more. There's more. One sec. I'm not sure if I already showed you these or not. I haven't listed them on eBay yet because I'm not sure if I really want to sell them. I might want to keep these for myself because they're so beautiful. But remember that woven basket I showed you earlier by a company called Longaberger? They're better known for their baskets. But for a long time, they made pottery. I did show you this because I put it like on my head to show you how big it was. I have 3 of their mixing bowls. Now I could sell these online for a fair amount of money, but I love them so much. I don't know if I really want to get rid of them, but I think I've already showed those to you. All right, there's more. So this vase, I could not find anything about it. I just thought it was so pretty, and the price point was $4.99, half price. I couldn't say no to it. It's a bamboo pattern with these ties on it. And it just looks like it's supposed to be something. The markings on the bottom, if you can see that B, whatever, makes me think that it might be California pottery. I'm not quite sure. But I just thought it was pretty. If I didn't use it for myself, could you picture some lucky bamboo growing out of this? It'd be fun. I might use it for myself, or if I can sell it, I'll sell it. But that's the theme of everything in my house these days. If you watched my last video, you may have already seen this. It is a Tonala cat. It's a Tonala cat. This is a pottery company out of Mexico, I believe. It's not glazed, it's burnished with a stone or something. So they rub it with a stone, and then they paint it with these natural colors. But it's such an interesting cat. A small piece of Tonala pottery is very valuable, and people seem to really fight for it on eBay. I've rarely seen a piece listed that's this big. It's the size of a regular cat. So I'm really hoping that someone buys this. I think I have it listed for $80. I think I paid $3.99 or $5.99. So I'm hoping that someone takes that auction price or more. This, something I'm trying to research. I thought it was so pretty. It's signed by H. Boyles, or Boyles. It's also signed. It's a little, can you see the light traveling through it? See how thin that porcelain is? It's like an eggshell. It's so light. And the painting on it by hand is so beautiful. You really can't see in this light, but it's almost like the colors of sunset and sunrise at the same time. And it's so pretty. It's signed here. It's also signed on the bottom and then etched as well. So I haven't really done any research on this, and I just think it's so pretty. It's probably not very valuable, but I thought it was so pretty. And we all know I'm a little old lady who would like things like this, right? All right, so yes, there's more. So Anchor Hocking, when I was a little boy, sold clear glass pumpkins through Dunkin' Donuts. So you'd buy a pumpkin filled with munchkins, little donut holes. Then, I guess after the success of that, they sold Easter eggs full of munchkins. And so I saw this, no chips, no cracks, nothing. And I looked it up on eBay, and it looked like plenty of people wanted one. It was $2.99, so I couldn't say no to it. And if it doesn't sell, I'll use it and decorate next Easter. This is a piece of Mikasa crystal. Growing up, I thought Mikasa was fancy, super fancy and super expensive. It turns out that it's neither. But isn't it pretty? It's just a pretty, pretty crystal vase. It's very heavy. It's leaded crystal. It's so pretty. And they're 9-inch, not their like super common 3 or 5-inch. It's their 9-inch piece, and I just loved it. There was no price on it. They gave it to me for $2.99. I couldn't leave it behind. So if someone buys it, great. If they don't, I don't know. I'll give it back to Goodwill. So these, I don't want to offend anybody because, you know, these days you can offend everybody. I just thought they were funny. And I think that someone will eventually buy these on eBay. So it's going to be hard seeing them with the tape on them. But around the outside, it says penicillin twice. There's a chicken on the inside with an umbrella. I'm not quite sure. But I grew up hearing that Jewish penicillin was chicken soup. And it was, you know, if you're sick, Jewish penicillin. As much as I grew up in an Italian and Portuguese family, it was Jewish penicillin. So I saw these in this particular writing in this color, and I knew it to be the pun that it was. They're by company Sigma, Jewish penicillin, Sigma the trendsetter, and $2.99 for two, regular price. But you know, I spent $9 on these 6, and on eBay they sell pretty easily for a fair amount of money. So I got all 6 of them. I thought they were hysterical. If they offend you, I do apologize. But someone on eBay is gonna buy them, and I'll be very happy to ship them to them. Boy, the light in this room is very strange. What else? All right, so this I bought because someone told me I should. Smiley face mug. Apparently there are about 10,000 of them on eBay and no one's buying them. So, it's a mug. These are by a company called Mikasa. Mikasa made that crystal vase I just showed you. They've done some pottery as well in China, and some of it is beautiful. I picked this up. I saw this one shell. I'm very fond of seashells. Seashells, acorns, feathers, evidence that something has been alive but is no longer in the room. You know what I mean? But I just love seashells, and I thought that how pretty is this sort of scallop seashell, and I got this for $2.99. It was regular price. It's in what they call their whole wheat pattern. Maybe you can see that better in this light. It's called their whole wheat pattern, which I kind of get because of the color, but also the feeling of it is just silken. It's very sensuous, the glaze. So I found that. I turned the corner and I found these 2 little plates by Mikasa, and I thought those are so pretty. And they were $3.99 a piece. And I can see the stilt marks. The stilt marks are when they were glazed and they were placed in the kiln to fire, where these actually came in contact with the support that stopped the glaze from running off and sticking to a shelf. So I got 2 of these that's in the whole wheat collection, which does apparently fairly well on eBay. And then I turned a corner. They were all over the place, scattered like autumn leaves. And I found the larger serving plate in whole wheat, and this was $5.99. And they're all in fantastic condition. And I think I wouldn't say vintage, but they're definitely, you know, kind of, they've been around a while. I've got so many things surrounding me. My cats are very unhappy. Let's see, what else? Oh, yes. So when I picked those up, there was a nagging feeling in the back of my head. Like, I've seen this pattern before. Where have I seen it? I walked the store up and down, up and down, up and down, and I saw this, which is in the whole wheat collection. This is the 6-ounce water wine little goblet. And it's just pretty. Can you see the pattern on that? You can see why it's called whole wheat. And they're just in flawless condition. There were 7 of them. One of them had a nasty chip on them. The other 6 were in flawless condition. They were 99 cents a piece, so I got those. And then I saw 2 of the 12-inch water wine goblets. And I mean, just look at that pattern. It's so pretty. It's like toast. And it's why it's called whole wheat, I'm sure. But they're in fantastic condition. It looks like they've never been used. So I was very happy to find those. The temptation for me is to just sort of wait to find more pieces in that collection and sell it as a lot, but I'm not quite sure if I'll do that or not. There's got to be something else. One sec, let me see if I can find something else to show you. Just a couple more things. This I thought was fun. This was $3.99. I got this a few weeks ago. It was regular price, even though it's a purple tag. But it's in there. It was made by Target. Can you see the rosy little cheeks right there? It was made by Target. This is their family planter. I don't know what it was called, but it was their family collection. There were like 3 different sizes and 2 different color patterns, a white and a brown. And this is the 8-inch size, or 7 3/4. And apparently very hard to find on eBay. You can find the smaller ones, like the 4 and the 6 inches, but not the 8 inches. So I paid $3.99. If I haven't already listed this, I think I've listed this maybe for $30. I'm not quite sure, but I think I have this listed already. But I just love this thing. Could you picture this with a spider plant growing out of it? Like right there. It would look like dreadlocks on a person. I just think that's so much fun. And there's 3 more things to show you, and that's it. That's it. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. These I'm excited to show you because I just sold 4 plates just like this. They were probably a 1/2 inch larger, but I sold 4 of these plates. It looks like a little flattened cabbage leaf, and it's they're made in Portugal. This is the smaller dimension. This is probably the 9 3/4 inches. I sold 4 of the slightly larger ones, which are like 10 1/2 inches. I sold 4 of those for, I don't know how much it was. I just shipped them out today. $60, $70, I don't know, 80, something like that. A lot of money. And I just paid $7.99 for these. I paid $6.99 for those 4. So I paid $7.99 for 5 of them. So I'm very curious about how much these will sell for, because the other ones sold really quick and for exactly what I asked for. So very exciting. I mean, hello, cabbage leaf plates. Who knew they were in such demand? I didn't. All right, I don't know if these are going to sell, but I remember these from my childhood. I went on eBay and found that there were a number of listings for these. None of them really had sold, but there were a whole bunch listed for fair prices. And they were so cheap that I decided to buy them. It's by a company called Fuji Stone, called Berries. It's little strawberries. And I got the cereal bowls and the little plates. And I thought these were $5, I think, for 6 of these. And I think the same thing, $5 for 6 of the bowls. And I figured, you know what, if it sells, it sells. It doesn't, it doesn't. But this is the only thing I'm not confident on in terms of what I've purchased that would sell. So we'll see what happens with those. And again, if they don't sell, no big loss, right? The last thing I'm going to show you is one that I'm kind of excited about as well. I have a thing for plates. I love buying plates, selling plates. They're easy to buy, easy to sell, easy to ship. But this is by a company called Pier 1. Those of us who are older remember Pier 1 as being a pretty cool store. Everyone loved to go in there. But now they just have an online presence. They don't even have any brick and mortar stores anymore. So the things that they sold in their stores have become more desirable than they were in the past. This plate is called Macintosh. And I got these. These were a couple weeks. This is like something I probably bought a month ago and didn't show you because it's purple tag, and it was half off then. So it's been since the last time purple was the color. It's been a long time. But these have been sitting in my garage the whole time. But I got 3 packages of these, and there are 6 in a package for $5 a piece. So I spent $15 on 18 plates. Is that right? Yes. So I spent $15 on 18 of these plates. And on eBay right now, I forget what it is right now, but I wouldn't be shocked if each of these plates could potentially bring me $20. I have 18 of them. So I thought that was a pretty good buy. I didn't see anything else and haven't seen anything else in this pattern. If I do, I will buy them just in case. But that is all that I have to show you. This is everything I've purchased from Goodwill in the past, I'd say 2.5, 3 weeks. Those plates I just showed you, I've probably had for a month, month and a half. But beyond that, everything else is recently purchased at Goodwill. So there you go. This is a very long haul video. I thought you'd enjoy this more than watching me walk through a Goodwill and try and talk over the music playing in the store, which isn't fun. So I thought you'd enjoy just seeing what I got rather than just me poking through lots of garbage, right? So I'm gonna let you guys go. I need to eat something. I have to give the cats their treats, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, fly safe for those of you who usually follow me. Bye.